Hey, what's up, everybody? So we're gonna have a couple of new things here. So first thing is that I'm recording from the OnePlus. So we're gonna see how the quality turns out versus from what I've been using on the computer, and I'll just get to the point here. So probably if you read the title, so it's gonna be a spoiler. But my first purchase from PSA, that is a firearm. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up here. So it comes with this bag. First time I actually got um, a carry bag or a range bag for a firearm purchase. So you could kind of say that for most companies that actually end up doing this, that usually have a premium type of cost to it. Um, kind of impressive that from PSA that you get that right off the rip, um, or at least at a reduced lower cost from what you would associate under, let's say, the $500 area. Although usually all the other ones come with some kind of hard case around the $500 mark, typically speaking, but still kind of cool to see that there's like a practical bag from it. I was not expecting it to actually have a logo like this with a firearm on it. So, I mean, might one if you're gonna leave it in the car, definitely don't leave it in a place that's visible, because then you might be missing this bag eventually. But let's go ahead and open up. I did take a look inside when I went to pick up, but I haven't moved anything, so I'm just gonna do basically a brand new opening right here for both you and me. So let's do that here. So first thing first, at the very top here, since we got the palmetto sticker here, as well as a QR code that's going to lead to the manual. So here you go. And I already have one of these from one of my previous ammo purchases from PSA. Okay, so that's the first half here. Here's some of my personal information. So at least at this time, my purchase price was $360. Let's see how things change. But at least for the Dagger that I purchased, actually, here's another one here. So got two of them. At least for the Dagger that I purchased, um, I was told at least that they're pretty popular coming out of my FFL. So I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. So I use Louisville Armory. That's closest to me, or at least I've done most of my business with them before. So according to the person that sold me, or at least did my paperwork for the transfer, he said that these are really popular, at least from what he saw. So I guess I'm just joining the crowd here. So here's everything strapped in here. So I was just holding on to the optic screws here. So here's the one for Hollison. Put that down over here. Should be the cable lock here. Got a black cable lock. Okay. Nothing else there, but everything's pretty tight. Okay. Comes with a strap for two magazines that you have here, but it only ships with one. And if I have something to say, I would like to see two magazines. So that being said, here is the one magazine. And I do plan on, or at least not plan, but I am going to use another magazine, but they're going to be ETS mags as far as my spare mags go. So I'm not going to just stick with Palmetto when it comes to that. So last but not least, we're going to unstrap here. This thing is pretty tied down. For the firearm itself. Okay. So we have our standard white dots. We have our chamber flag here. We have our ported barrel here, or at least ported slide, excuse me. So let's go ahead and get the flag out the way. Okay, there we go. Excuse my noobness over here. So this feels pretty good. DLC coding. So I'm not sure if it's the same coding as in or as with my what do you call it? My Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0s, but this is a damn good feeling gun. I was really worried that it might feel cheap, but no, this feels pretty good. This feels the grip texture kind of feels reminiscent of my SIG P226. It doesn't feel as aggressive, but similar. But overall, you know what? Just for as a comparison, I have my G43 here, but this one has Talon grips. So not quite the same, but it still feels of quality. It doesn't feel like my Taurus at all, like the Taurus I used to have, my G3. This feels definitely a cut above that. So I'm actually more or less a little surprised by that. One thing I will say immediately, um, good grip on it, at least good size for my hand. And I have fairly larger hands, or at least longer hands, but my fingers fit in just fine here. Um, Immediate sort of criticism, because of my long fingers, I am well past the touch point here, unless I just bend my finger a little bit awkwardly like that. So it's not really customized to me, unfortunately, in this sense. But at least, the idea of the memory pad is good, but maybe a little bit more for different size fingers may have been better there. I don't know. But it is what it is. And it's not bad. Let's just get a feel here in the magazine. So, very springy. Like, you can hear it. Might take some breaking in on that. But if there's anything I could say that's cheap feeling, it's probably that. Yeah, because my other mags, at least I don't feel like it does that, like feel that way, or that makes that noise. So this may require some breaking in for it to kind of gel in, but yeah, the magazine kind of seems like a weaker point, even in feel. I mean, it may be metal, but it feels kind of thin and flimsy. Yeah, not feeling too good about that. The magazine feels like it's a step below, and I actually feel a lot more comfortable in my decision to withhold on trying to purchase more of these. Another big thing I could feel right now before I get into the trigger, this undercut feels really good. So let me go ahead and let you get a look there. But yeah, that undercut, that rest is really well thought out. I'll give them that. Slide stop is smaller. I can see some people wanting to change that for a bigger slide stop, but that's just something I noticed. Point's pretty good. So I can say it feels pretty natural. I really like the way that they did the cuts, the overall cuts on on the slide. Looks good. Has a little bit of oil on it. Let's lock it back here. And put that magazine down here. So if you want to take a look around here, I'm not going to do a disassembly just yet, but got your metal rod there. So overall feels pretty good. So, and of course the optics cut as well. Believe it should be optics ready for things that are compatible with the Shield RMS pattern. So I have a Swamp Fox Sentinel, I believe, red dot that should pair with this as well. But I'll get into that in a different video where this configuration is going to change straight up, and I am going to see if it's interchangeable with my G43, and I am going to do some mix and match in there. But I at least wanted to show you this in the stock form. Quick note, beaver tail's pretty good too. It's not super pronounced, but at least as far as the angle goes, feels pretty good. And finally, let's get to the trigger. So at least the shape of it is very reminiscent of my Timney Alpha trigger, but of course this is polymer. So I'm just getting a feel for it right now. Feels vague, feels Glockish, but at least it doesn't have the blade. Okay, I think I'm at the wall now. Okay, there's the break. Didn't feel bad, didn't feel heavy. Reset. Not an audible, like super audible click, but I felt it. Okay, so it wasn't the click. Never mind. Yeah, there is a click that happens, but it's not. Yeah. So it's like some grit in the trigger. There it is. Okay. Ah, there we go. So it feels like there's two clicks. There's one, but that's not it. That's the real reset there. And there's the break. There it is. So, okay, there's a more audible, but I heard a little bit of a click before I get to the wall, like there. And you can feel it too. And that might be the safety, but there's the actual click. So I got the repetition down now, but it feels like it's making two separate movements to get to the reset. So that might be a break-in thing. So I'm not going to write that off right now. I can see that being annoying much later after hundreds of rounds. So it's okay the way it is right now. The initial pull is pretty good, but there's some vagueness that comes with the reset, even though comparatively speaking, I would call it a short reset. Yeah. Okay. So feel free to judge on your own. Let me know what you think about it. I would say jury's out for now till some more information comes out, or at least not even information, but some more. When I say information, I mean some practice, or at least time with the weapon to see what happens as it gets broken in. So cool gun, at least I think so. It looks good, feels good initially. Concerns about the nature of the magazine. Feels like there's some improvement that could be made there to make it feel more sturdy, or at least feel more quality. But like I said, I have the ETS mags, thankfully, that I ordered for that. And this, again, is not the final configuration for the weapon. More on that at another time. Thank you. Take care. I'll see you later.